But the question to Dave right now is, are you back at the table? Are you here ready to come back to the table tomorrow with the city administration for the next 2 weeks and beyond to get to a deal that works for folks? Because we're not there yet. That's my question.
Councilmember, I think the key is to remember kind of how we got here. You know, we spent all of 2020 during the pandemic negotiating with the city staff on the agreement. And we actually came to terms on a lot of things, but some of the main areas like who pays for on-sites and off-sites and how we handle things like affordable housing, we were at an impasse. And so we felt that because it was going sideways for so long, we had to take this directly to the city council and to the community to see if the proposal that we've made, which is an incredible financial proposal in private capital, the most ever invested in Oakland, would be acceptable to the elected leaders of the city, you know, the city council. And, you know, right now we're happy to negotiate, but it has to be an economic negotiation that leads to a very close derivative of what we proposed in January to the city council or to the staff. And then we made public in April, because that's the limit at which this project works. That doesn't mean it's the final take it or leave it type of thing, but you know, it has to be on the margins as opposed to totally having an organ transplant in terms of what the main deal is. And I think that is our concern, that you know, we remain apart on some of these key areas. And are we going to be able to get to a point of agreement? We don't know. I can't really answer that question. I know that we'll work hard over the next couple of weeks to establish more communication. We've been talking all the time, but we need to do what we can to understand whether or not there is an agreement with the type of financial framework that we originally proposed and what the council feels is necessary and acceptable for the city of Oakland.
There we go. I understand that. I think what you're hearing from many council members today is that at a minimum, we seem to be generally supportive of the city administration's positions in the areas where there's disagreement, and that you and the city and everybody else have some work to do. You, I mean the A's, have some work to do, and whether that work happens in the next 2 weeks or shortly after that, I don't know. But I mean, you're hearing feedback here. The purpose of this session.
Oh no,
today,
yeah, and I understand that, Councilmember, but the answer can't just be that the A's concede on all the points. You know, we've put out there a proposal that we feel that obviously works for the private capital, that keeps the A's in Oakland, that provides the $450 million in community benefits. Yeah. And like I said, we can tweak it around the margins, but that is the basic proposal, the core piece that we need to get feedback. And we're getting some feedback today, obviously, thank you, on whether or not it works for all parties.